Yeah, why don't we focus on Helltides for a second? Shall we? Okay, so Helltides are one of my favorite things in the game. They will spawn like every hour and 15 minutes or something like that. It almost feels like every other hour and 15 minutes, though. We could get some confirmation on that. But anyway, they will spawn very regularly. And what they will do is they will turn an entire area of the map into this, like, hellish red landscape. And you can see it by noticing it looks like this on the map. The main priority in Helltides is running around, killing mobs, and looking for those aberrant cinders, which you will use to unlock treasure chests in the zone. Now, specifically, you really only want to open up the mystery chests. And those do spawn in sort of predetermined spawn locations across the map. And you can find which one is active by going to like a website like helltides.com. There's more than one, but that's the one that I use. I think the map is like the most interactive and good. But helltides.com will mark where the map, or mark on the map where the Helltide special chest has spawned, and I can show you what they look like. They don't show up on the map on their own, so you need to like know where they are to go find them. But they cost 175 aberrant cinders, which I don't have yet, but we'll find them. We'll get them. And they contain just by far the juiciest loot. So my recommendation would be to only try to get those. And again, they do like change locations. I thought it was like sometimes like once every 15 minutes they would change. Here's one is, by the way. They look like this. Tortured Gift of Mysteries. But I think they change like on the hour, perhaps.
Not ready yet.
But anyway, you're going to run around in here. The mobs are going to be like a couple levels above your level normally. Unless you're coming in here as a low level, like you just made it to like tier 4. Oh, Treasure Goblin. And then they're going to be like 73, and they're going to kick your butt, but still good to do. This is one of those things that you want to do, one, for the loot, but two, you're going to find like special ore veins and special like little like dudes to click on. Like, oh, and these things right here, they'll give you like Fiend Rose, right? Some of these Tormented Souls will be like powered and red. You want to click on those guys, and you want to click like the ore as well. And it'll have mats that you need to do reforging on your gear. So a lot of the endgame crafting, like a Screaming Hell Vein, you click on that. That gives you the Forgotten Souls. Those are very important for endgame crafting. You're going to need a lot of gold, you're going to need a lot of mats, and you're going to need a lot of those Forgotten Souls and Fiendish, whatever the heck I just looted out of that plant. Better gear than dungeons? I don't think so, but I'll show you something. Like when we bust open this chest, it's pretty good, but a big reason to do it is you do need the reroll currency for the enchanting guy. A lot of the endgame crafting is going to be reliant on you having a ton of gold and a ton of those mats, and I've been doing these a lot, and so right now I have quite a bit of those thingies, which is nice, because that's how you make your absolute best gear. You got to find stuff with like just about the right traits, and then re-roll the other one until you get the right one. So you don't need to run low on mats. This and doing your Helltides with some regularity is a really good way to do it. Oh, sometimes you can find bosses out here.
Not ready yet.
Give me this guy. I'll just ramp up on him real quick. We got him like stuck. Nice. I'll have a big hit for him here in a second. Why? I'll Breath of Berserker on him. Chop him up. We're getting some nice resets there. Hey! No, come back! He will jump around. So yeah, you can find like big bosses like this guy. And there's events all over the place, all of which drop you the aberrant thingos, aberrant cinders. You get enough of those, go over to the treasure chest and bust it open for a very nice loot. So these are not like a mandatory, you have to do every single one of them. I often will do them just because I really like crafting. And these guys have dropped me some good loot before, like the current mace that I'm using, which is like Giga Endgame mace, came from here. And I found that, especially like lower level, they're really good XP. Now that I'm a little bit higher level, the XP bonus has fallen off a little bit because they're not quite as high, level over me. But they're fun to do, like in between Nightmare Dungeon runs, come in here and do some Helltide stuff. And you should be able to get a few chests for Helltide, ideally. And each Helltide chest will have a bunch of loot. I'll show you in a second. We're not too far off being able to just pick one up here in a second. It is pretty juicy loot. So especially as you're like kind of new to World Tier 4, this should be on your list of things to do. And just getting to, you know, it's just in tier 4 in general if you're in the end game. But once you do a couple of these, you're gonna probably have enough of the crafting mats to last you a little while.
I'm not ready.
But again, the actual loot itself is pretty good. These are making gold. Doesn't take too long. But it looks like the chest is gonna reset here, like in 4 minutes, if I had to guess. So we could probably, if we can find things to kill, snag one. They're not all cleared out, hopefully.
I'm not ready yet.
These mobs looking a little bit dead. Where are they at, boys? I hear them. The Stealth Pro headset is picking up some enemies, but they're kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere, I guess. It's not good.
More time.
You need more time. We ain't got more time, brother. You guys need to drop me some thingies immediately. There's 171.
I'm not ready.
Here we go. This ought to do it. Well, this will definitely ought to do it. Them Cindy's. Now we run over here real quick. Watching the clock. Track our way back over here. Get our chest. There's the big loot. Dun, 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 dun. It gives you a bunch of potions, and it gives you a bunch of the materials that you need to craft. That was actually a pretty weak chest. It usually drops like a bunch of stuff. That reminds me to put on a potion though. But yeah, not too bad. That's the general strat right there for farming potions. Let's get the undead sling for now. Yeah, well, not farm potions, for farming the Helltides. And then in about 3 minutes, the chests will change their spawn location. Take another look at helltides.com, figure out where they are, and back to work. I'll go scrap this stuff. But yeah, that's the basics with Helltides. It's good. It's good.